Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Who taught you to hate the texture of your hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin to such extent that you bleach to get like the white man? Who taught you to hate the shape of your nose and the shape of your lips? Who taught you to hate yourself from the top of your head to the soles of your feet?
I love people as I meet them one by one. People are just wonderful as individuals. You see the whole...
My great aspiration, my greatest ambition is to be so good. Now, in that way, I'm tiresome, as I suppose, to live with, because I want to be a fantastic human being.
I am the greatest. We're not disputing that, Cassius, but how does Sonny Liston feel about it? He can't feel but one way, and let's take everything I say and like it. Because February the 25th, I'm going to take back my job. I'm the champ. He's no champ. He's a tramp.
When you see men fall, don't laugh. Learn. Learn. Because you're on your way up. And the things that tempt people to fall, you and I are not free from that temptation.
Yo. What's good? Happy Friday. Peace and blessings to everybody. Thank you for pulling in. Much love. A lot to talk about. A lot of shout outs to give. Where do I go first? All right. I'll start with my poets, my writers, my content creators. I always got to give them their flowers, of course. To the people, the viewers, the ones that interact and show love and respond and repost and engage in back and forth throughout the discussions, throughout the conversations. I want to say thank you to all of you. Without you, this isn't possible. We wouldn't be here. The things that we cover wouldn't be as prevalent as they are. And I hope and pray that as we continue to do this, that it reaches the eyes and ears that it's supposed to. We got a double for you tonight. I wanted to do the open mic. It just didn't pan out that way. So we're going to try to spin back on it next weekend. Nonetheless, I still got something for y'all. You see the title? We're gonna be talking about Miss Shiloh Hendricks, and we're gonna be talking about DJ Academics. I got Sydney in the building, and also before we go any further, there's a new feature with StreamYard that allows your post, your comments to show up on the screen. So if you have anything that you want to share throughout the duration of tonight's discussions, you are more than welcome to tap in with us. I am working on Cryptic Creed Paranormal. That will be returning soon. I don't know when yet. If you have any stories that you would like to share, reach out. Love to share them. I'm also trying to get into more interviews and things of that nature. So let's work. Sydney, if you're in the building, I'm bringing you up. Good evening to you. I hope all is well. What's going on?
Well, I I know I told you, but just for the internet, if anyone has seen that airplane crash that happened in San Diego, that was literally a street over from where I live. Um, Luckily, I was close enough. I mean, I was far enough away that like we didn't even hear it. We didn't know about it until my husband texted me and was like, "Are you okay?" And then I saw it on the news. But yeah, it was like our street, and then it's about two streets over, one block, but it's still on our street because ours kind of like it's an L kind of shape. But yeah, that was crazy. Like to be so close to that, and especially I study this stuff. I'm very interested in disasters, and um, I peruse through pictures. Like one of my favorite things is to look at images of disasters, at things that have happened, and examine them for the details to try and figure out, like, all right, which way was the wind blowing? Which way did the ground move? Which way did the bomb come from? Like information that is given away in the picture. Um, because it tells you more about like the physics of what happened to that area. Um, it's weird when it's somewhere that you know, like when it's something that you see it in the pictures and you're like, I have a recent memory of literally walking past this building to go to the pool with my kids or to go to the park, or like I have walked by this car, I have talked to this person. It's very surreal to be living in a zone, like a disaster zone, basically. Like we didn't get affected, thank God. Like nothing happened to our house, nothing happened to our street, but our area is still closed off. Like we can't go in and out of our neighborhood. We have to like detour to even get out to go to the store if we wanted to. Um, there's like police posted up all around our house, not our house, but like our street, our and the surrounding areas. Like our main exit point is completely closed because there's airplane parts all over it. Um, yeah, it's pretty surreal. Especially because it's like it's nationwide news. It's not even some like, oh yeah, there was like a flood on our street and like it affected a couple houses. Like no, like a big news story that's related to everything that's happening in the nation right now is happening literally in my backyard. It's pretty, it's cool, but it's weird. Like I feel very grateful, but at the same time I'm like, it's a bit too close. That airport has a history of plane crashes. So I just there like that street is perfectly in line with the runway of that airport. So I'm not surprised it's that street, but they got really, really lucky that they went up the street because one, a lot of those streets around our area are curved. And so the fact that he was able to go straight down the street for a fourth of a mile and not hit any houses was absolutely a miracle. Like he didn't kill anybody in the houses. It was only people on the plane. But the fact that he was able to go straight down the middle of the street and he only destroyed cars at a time that nobody was out of their houses yet was absolutely astonishing. And yeah, the fact that it's like right near my house. And as I said, this has happened before. I think 2 or 3 planes have crashed going to that airport before, one of which was only like last year. Different areas, but still like it's not that far off. It's just, I don't know, that's been on my mind. I just wanted to mention that, and it's also a bit cool Like, I feel like a micro celebrity because I'm right next to this thing that everyone's talking. Like, on that day, all day, I had friends and other people that know us through being in the Navy or through other things. Like, oh my God, are you okay? Like, what happened? Did you see anything? Like, asking me questions. But yeah, I just wanted to say something about that at some point, since I know a lot of people are talking about it right now.
I emailed you back asking you about it.
Yeah, our internet's been really, our internet and cell service is off right now because they hit the power lines. So a lot of the, like, social media works for me, but if people send me emails or texts that have, that, like, sometimes the writing can be messed up, but then, like, the pictures aren't coming through, videos aren't, I can't send things sometimes. And then, like, the phone calls are all spotty and stuff. But I did see it. I just didn't respond to it yet.
I mean, I just put that out there because I ain't want you to think like, oh shit. Yeah, I when I actually finally opened it up, because like I don't, and I know it's a bad habit of mine. I tell my supervisors, like, I don't be checking my emails like that, especially the work emails.
I'm guilty of
They
that.
they get mad at me for that, and like, but when I saw it, I'm like, oh, whoa, hold on a minute. I hope everybody, all right. You know, technically, not everybody is okay because, well, people die, but like that's your community too, and
Yeah.
so you hate to see it ever. This and it kind of triggered another memory. I guess we got a lot to cover here for real, because I was just thinking about that Mexican ship that crashed into the Bronx Bridge.
Mm-hmm.
That was crazy as shit to me too.
Mm-hmm. That apparently happens a lot more than you'd think. Like, boats hitting bridges is apparently super common in, I think it's New Hampshire or Massachusetts, one of the two, Connecticut, something like that. They have had the record number of wooden bridges, I think, or some sort of bridge, either like drawbridges or something. I don't know. But they have like some, or covered bridges. That's what they're called. Like, they're enclosed and they have a ceiling and stuff like that. But a lot of them have been wiped out because of boats, like, coming through and not paying attention and just like destroying them. So that's actually a thing that a secret plague that America deals with is our bridges frequently get hit by boats because of, or planes, because people aren't paying attention. It could be a whole episode, honestly, like the secret disasters that are happening in society, the dams that don't hold up, the bridges that are being run into, the roads that are falling apart. Like, there's so many different traps in this society by us being behind and lazy and not being able to afford anything.
Yeah, that sums it up.
I mean, this plane, from the looks of it, they didn't have all the information they needed when they were landing. So they were essentially landing blind, not to mention that it was foggy that day, that morning. It's pretty much always foggy in the morning here. So my guess, just from the available data and from my own understanding of the area and the airport and stuff like that, I think that he came down without, like, he didn't know about this airport. The airport is basically, so there's a hill, a valley, and then a hill, and that airport is basically on that other opposite hill. So I think he came in either thinking that was where he was supposed to go, or not realizing that he wasn't close enough. And so as he got closer to the ground, thinking he was going to be able to land there, he either hit the pole and then realized that he was too close to the ground, or he realized he was too close to the ground, but didn't wasn't able to fix it in time and then ran into the pole and then crashed, landed. I personally think that he might have helped the plane land down the street. That way he could at least save people. Because I think the trajectory was just so perfect. I really think that he made an effort not to hit the houses to save people's lives. But it was the fog was definitely a thing. And then, as I said, because of everything that's been happening, he didn't have any weather information to go off of. He didn't have wind speed. He didn't have temperature, cloud cover. Like, he didn't have all of these details that are needed by pilots to land planes, partially because the services are unavailable due to employee lacks, and it also wasn't available because the place reporting it didn't open until like 6 or 7, something like that. Like, it wasn't even open yet. So they were landing with information that they did not have, that they would have needed. So I think that was kind of a combination of those factors. Obviously, we'll find out more with the investigation and everything like that. It's tragic that there was as many people on that airplane and that nobody made it. But I think it's still super, super lucky for all of those families that avoided. Like, only one house that I saw in the footage was actually damaged significantly. I mean, all of them have been exposed to jet fuel and stuff like that. So in effect, a lot of them will still be needing a lot of work. But there was only one that was like significantly like, yeah, the black with a hole in the side. But yeah, it's definitely linked to this larger trend of people don't have enough workmen to handle this type of equipment, and these, like, I don't know. I just think that we need a lot more people working than they're willing to pay for. We really need more people to run our airports and shipping ports and Federal Atmospheric Administration and Weather Administration and all of these things that monitor and help us, help normal everyday people. Like, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes that people need. And all of these people do that, the civil public servants, whatever you call them. And it's unfortunate that we are not seeing that support without pushing any buttons. Yeah, I could definitely go on a lot of different tangent trajectories with this conversation. So I definitely feel like we should make this its own episode before I completely derail this other topic.
I'll jot that one down for possibly Wednesday.
Okay. Yeah.
It
There's
deserves
a lot to talk about.
Yeah.
Another ship also crashed into Norway. Some guy woke up at his house. Like, his house was fine, but there was just a giant ship, like, within inches of his house.
Like on some movie type shit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. It was like in, was it Day After Tomorrow? When the ship...
That's what I was thinking about, too.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we're going to spin back on that one for sure. Remind me, just in case.
Of course.
So it's two videos I want to play. The first one is an update on Miss Shiloh Hendricks. Now, you know who she is. Maybe I don't know. She's the one who was on the playground and called the kid the N-word. And for whatever reason, the people raised and let me say this very slow, they raised $700,000 for a fundraiser. I don't know what that was about. I don't know what that was for, but she got it, and she disappeared for a little bit.
Of course she did.
Yeah. Well, she's back,
Of course.
and she has some words for the people. And I want to play this video for everyone who is curious just to know what she's been up to or what's on her mind. So I'm gonna bring this first one up to the screen.
Hi, everyone. I'm Shiloh Hendricks. I wanted to take a little time to talk to you all about what's been going on with my fundraiser and kind of the aftermath of the park situation. Also, some
Hold on a minute. We seem to have a technical difficulty. Let me do this. I will bring it back up in just a second. Something that I wanted to touch on with that was there was a conversation, and the gentleman was basically saying that, and I never really thought about it, but he was saying along the lines of, melanated people complain way too much. They get away with too much. They essentially victim blame, and they cause a lot of the headaches and hardships in the communities that they protest for. And white people are essentially getting sick and tired of it. And I think his argument was, well, we are committing crimes. We are out here contributing to like a lot of the dysfunction that's happening in the community. Why wouldn't people feel some type of way towards it? However, in the same token, this is not the case, I don't believe. In my opinion, she's making money off of using a derogatory term towards a child, and for whatever reason, people looked at that and sensationalized it as if it was some type of Nobel Peace Prize award winning speech. So it's like, all right, what are we doing with this? Because like, I'll tell you right now, I get sick of black people. I'm not talking about the ones who carry themselves like civilized human beings. I'm talking about the ones that's out here poisoning the community, drugs, all that. I'm talking about them. You know what I'm saying? I get that part. The other side of it is like, how can you put a divide between 2 or 3 or 4 cultures if the problem is the problem? Wrong is wrong, right is right. It doesn't really make a difference. And I think that's what his argument was. Don't throw stones at her for what she did when you know what's happening is the truth. But at the same token, what she did was still wrong too. So it's like, what do we do with that? I don't think we ever really fully talked about this one though. So that's why I wanted to bring it back and get your thoughts on that video first and this one here, and then like kind of is it wrong for Mexicans or Hispanics or white people or Afghanistanians, or is it wrong for people to have a right to say, look, I don't like this shit. Like, I don't care who's doing it. I just don't like it. I don't want it around my kids. I don't want it around my friends. Like, where do we just stop with this whole, you know what I'm saying?
I think sadly it's one of those types of issues we'll never truly be able to keep people from falling into, because to a degree, I don't know how I want to approach this. First of all, let me address, I don't think it's wrong, like legally or anything, that she's taking money after this incident. Not saying that I agree with it. I would absolutely never in my life give money to somebody that supported that type of behavior, or I would never give money to somebody who did that type of behavior. But I don't think there's anything legally wrong with it, because as long as you're not like paying for harm, I think that's like basically legally where, like, as long as the money isn't for illegal purposes and is going to illegal activities, it's not wrong for them to do that. So I mean, from what
Hi,
I last
everyone.
heard,
I'm Shiloh Hendricks. I wanted to take a little time to
My apologies for the interruption. You got it.
Oh no, okay. I was just making sure it wasn't gonna. What was I saying? I from what I last heard, I thought they had been told that they weren't going to give her the money. I'm not sure if that was changed or something, like if they had gone back on that. But I don't know. Part of me is also stuck on the fact: how did $700,000 of people's money end up with her anyway? Like, how is there that many people willing to give money to somebody like that? Like, who willingly sees the video of what she did and is like, oh, I want to support her. Like, I want to help her. I understand what she's going through. Like, okay, I understand people that might be like, oh, she has the right to say what she wants. It's a free country. You can say what you want. If you want to say something that's insulting and demeaning to a person, who cares? It's not like you're hurting anyone. You're just being a weenie. Like, I've heard so many different excuses to excuse using extremely horrific terminology. But I just don't understand how you can find so many of them to amass that amount of money. Like, are there really that many hateful people that you can actually amass that sum of money in this short span of time for being horrible to a child? To a child? Like, what kind of planet or country is this? Like, that's the thing that I don't understand. Like, give her money, don't give her money, whatever. Like, what about the people who gave her the money? What does that say about you? Like, you watched this and you took the time to either get out your card, verify the information, plug in your information to send this donation, set up an account. That way you could donate this money to her. Like, you dedicated energy to somebody that was terrible to another person. But that just says something about the country as a whole, not like forgetting her. Like, this is a cultural problem. This is something wrong with society in general, with the loss of a social fabric or whatever. Like, it's nice to see that there is still solidarity, like online and all of our movements and GoFundMe's help people every day, but it still is a bit, I don't know how to describe it, not disconcerting, but like, really, guys, like, this is where we're at with all the information at our fingertips. We're still going to be like this. We're still going to be cruel to another human being. But, okay.
I want to try to play devil's advocate on both fronts. Just having a heart to heart with the people, you know, I always pride myself, at least on that part, keeping it as human as possible on this side of the internet. And I'll tell you that a lot of my experiences within my own culture itself has always been tricky. I love my people, but I dislike their lack of use of intellect. I dislike their choice of what they embrace overall. And because I believe that we can present ourselves in a different manner while still maintaining our essence, because I view things like that, it always made my upbringing a little more difficult. And so you'll have one side of the community that looks at you for being a sellout or a traitor, or you're picking and choosing a side, when in all reality, all I'm saying is this ain't it. This ain't acceptable. And that goes on every parcel of land that your feet touch. Doesn't really make a difference who you are. So when I first saw the video and she did what she did, all I could think of then was, how dare she? You know, this is 2025. We should have already gone above and beyond racism. This shouldn't even be a thing anymore. But I also had to keep in mind that she was raised this way. This was taught to a lot of children. They were brought up like that. And the only way they're going to be able to be broken out of that is through a lot of trial and error, and a lot of patience, and a lot of love, and a lot of accountability. And most of us don't have any of those. We might have 1 out of 3 or 2 out of 4 or whatever, but everybody don't have it. I think what she did and what she said was very disrespectful, for sure. And there's no fucking way in the world that, based on this, and I'm gonna play the video in a second, how is she being rewarded for that? Logically, I'm thinking like, all right, what did she do within that video that would give you guys the impression that she deserves funding for her life? I look at her and think she already got money. I could be wrong. Shit, every time I see a white person, I think they got money. Like I'm just being me. I'm not trying to.
I mean, low key, they spend like they have it.
I think a lot of people do that. I'm guilty of it. I don't even really be having $10 and I still spend like I got more than I do, and I'm not proud of it. I'm just saying, like, but my point is, what did What did she do that would garner her to get that money? I can understand OnlyFans models and hell, even this weird pay pig thing. Like I don't know what the hell that shit is. I just learned about it, but even that kind of makes sense. She called somebody a kid an N word, and y'all put that kind of money in her pocket. I'm gonna tell y'all something right now. Let me bring this up on the screen real quick, just in case we got some of y'all in here who like to spend recklessly and give out recklessly to people for no reason, using derogatory language, disrespecting people. I got a cash app right there. Feel free to help me out. Shit. If you want to, like, if you're going to invest in something, make sure you do it in things that actually make sense. That right there, I don't get it. Actually, matter of fact, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna play the video, and then I'm gonna give my thoughts, because there was something that brother had said that made me think maybe this is why they actually gave her what they gave her. I could be wrong though. It's just theory.
Hi everyone, I'm Shiloh Hendricks. I wanted to take a little time to talk to you all about what's been going on with my fundraiser and kind of the aftermath of the park situation. Also some concerns that have been brought to my attention. There are a lot of people who think that this has all been a scam, that I haven't been getting my money and that it's not going to me. I have gotten every dime of my money. It's all gone to me. Nobody has asked me for any money. So there's that. Rest assured, all the money has gone to me. When this first started, I had a handful of people helping me out. Anglo-Saxon Girl, Tom Hennessy, Paul Miller, and Ofsterbone, Avi. And they really just were kind of guiding me through this time and promoting my fundraiser and getting the word out there about everything that was going on. So I am forever grateful for all of them for that. And then the Avi thing happened where he got fired from his job and uploaded a video and started his own fundraiser. That had nothing to do with myself and the rest of the people that were involved. As soon as we found out the truth about all of that, I severed ties with him immediately. I am not married to him. I don't know him. I've never met any of these people. So I just want to shut that down right now. Yeah. When I first found out that the park video was going viral, it was terrifying, but not surprising, because obviously he was recording me. It was going to get out there at some point. I did not realize I was going to have so much support and have all of you people rally around me and have my back in this situation. And it was very overwhelming, and I am so grateful for you all for that. When this first happened and I went on X and I saw Anglo-Saxon Girl had posted my video, I messaged her and I was like, hey, that's me. Just kind of needing somebody like-minded to talk to. And of course she didn't know it was me, so we went through the whole process of, proving who I was. And that's when we kind of got the whole fundraiser started and set up. And yeah, the rest of that is history. I also just want to say how proud I am of everybody and just showing what can happen if we tribe up and if we stick together and if we keep fighting back. Our future, our existence depends on standing up for ourselves and not backing down. And we just have to keep on going. There's no other option. I mean, what else are we going to do? You can't be afraid of words. Don't be afraid of the people who are so fragile to a word. I am just so thankful for you all. We are in the process of looking for a home. We have looked at some, getting out of the state and starting a new life. And I want to have a quiet life. I don't plan on, being an influencer. I don't plan on doing interviews. Like, that's just not something that I would ever want to do. It's not on my agenda. So maybe someday, but I don't foresee it happening anytime soon.
Right. Of course you don't. That's
the part at the end got me. I was like, I bet you're gonna say it, and she did. Where she's like, "Yeah, I don't want to be an influencer. I mean, in the future, but not right now." I'm like, there you go, opening the door for yourself. That way you can say, "Oh, but no, things just changed." No, things just died down. Like, things did not change.
exactly.
That was so fake. Like, the fact that she didn't say a thing about the other person, with exception to throwing out shade in their direction about being upset about words. I'm like, okay, child, I think the thing you don't realize is it's not just the word. The thing people do not understand is it's not just a word. You're not screaming "the" at somebody or like "pigeon" at somebody. You are using a word that for hundreds of years has been entrenched in hatred and violence and torture and things much worse than that. It's linked with extremely violent history. It's more than an insult. And to be so flippant about it, like, it's just a word. I would feel bad to be somebody that was hurt by a word. Ugh. Like, okay, lady, then why are you getting funding over this tiny little scuffle that you had with somebody? If it was just words, why is it such a big deal for you on your end? That was just words. So why do you need to be collecting money if you can't be harmed by words? Because that's her whole basis for getting this funding, is for the emotional damage or whatever. I'm like, if words can't hurt you, why do you have emotional damage?
Exactly. I want to share a different kind of point of view. Like I said before I played the video, this brother had did a short on it, and I hadn't really thought about it before. Then it made me do a flashback to other conversations of different panels having this what's it called, black fatigue. They got a whole thing about it, and what I would have liked to have heard from her is what was the source behind her using the word. In the video, she does not have this calm and smooth demeanor. But here, she's white as snow.
That's one of the things I was going to say. In the video, in the first video, she seemed like, I can't think of a better word. This is not really the best word, but like hick-ish. Like, she seemed very like trailer type neighborhood, or I don't know, like low class white, like that vibe to it. And just the way she was presenting herself, and even the way, I mean, I never really liked to use people's appearances, but most people try to express them who they are through their outfits. So it is kind of a representation of who you are. She was kind of dressed in that way too, of the like, I think she had overalls with no shirt. She had her tattoos showing off and stuff like that. And I think her hair was up or something. But anyway, just the way she was presenting herself was 100% different from this video. She had this, like, that's why I said what I said in the private chat, where I'm like, the way she's dressed and everything, the way she's presenting herself and has the camera framed and her necklace and her hair's all, I swear she had a filter to make herself look more like glowy and pretty with like, you might as well have like butterflies around her face. Like she definitely made herself way more feminine in that video than she was portraying at the park.
Yeah, I don't buy that shit at all.
Not to mention, she showed no empathy. She didn't, as I said, she didn't mention the other people at all. And like you said, she didn't give any reason. Like most people, if you feel remorse for what you did in the discussion, you'll say something that represents how you've changed, how you understand what you've done wrong, how you didn't realize that it would hurt people, and why you now know better. Like there are ways to demonstrate that you are feeling remorse, that you care about what happened, that you care about the whatever you did to the other person. And she very, very clearly does not care at all. She doesn't feel bad about this. She doesn't feel anything for the family. I guarantee it. She does not think about that family at all. And I don't think she feels like she did anything wrong. I think she 100% thinks that she's unrighteously being targeted by an angry mass. Like the soft liberals that are so uncomfortable with being harassed. Like, okay. But that's actually not why we're all upset. But if that's what you want to keep telling yourself and you want to run away and move because you pissed off the internet, you're going to move your house because you pissed off people on the internet. Like, you don't think that's going to follow you? You can't just, like, unless you're going to move to a different country, you're not going to be able to really escape this. If that's, like, the whole reason that you're, like, running away. At least that's what it seems to me. I maybe because she got this money, she's like, oh, I can buy a house now. But I just think that's, like, you're showing a fake sweet side. You run away from everyone. You refuse to acknowledge that you did anything wrong. You refuse to apologize. She's 100%, like, she's going to stand behind her views 100%. If you argued with her, she would not ever say she did anything wrong.
I believe she said exactly what she felt in her heart. I believe she spoke for the people who funded her account. The 700,000 that is there, sitting there, is there because they're thinking in their head, finally somebody said it. I wanted to say it, but I know if I say it, then such and such and such and such. But she said it. Thank you. I think that's exactly what happened. And that's why I 2 points. When I asked you earlier, should we have barriers on different people for voicing their opinion about things that is clearly wrong or right within the behaviors of our counterparts, whether or not they're yellow, black, or green? Because clearly we keep on picking and choosing who we have selective outrage towards. You say something against one person, you're a bigot. You say something against this person, oh, you're this, you're that. I don't see it that way. I've never looked at it that way. So that was my first question. My other point was, and it's going to be unpopular to a lot of people, but Black people, we are the reasons behind why a lot of people feel the way they feel towards us. It's no different than how we feel towards everybody else. You don't think that the Ethiopians that work in our neighborhoods like us. They stick together. They watch everything we do when we going in the store. They think we stealing. I mean, name a stereotype that someone don't have. and I'll be the richest person on this planet. Seriously. So I think that's a cop out. I think it's an excuse to remain in this cycle of bad behavior, because if we call each other out for it, then we have to face ourselves and say, well, yeah, technically this is true. We do rob, kill each other, other people. We do fraternize, and we do covet. And if we do that, then it kind of makes everybody hold themselves accountable. So I don't necessarily know if she's representing a bunch of people who are sick and tired of us doing certain things, or she just felt like saying the word and she knew it would trigger the internet and it would get her paid. It could be a number of things, you know. But it was just something that just, as soon as he said what he said, I'm like, well, shit, I'm sick and tired of a lot of these people too. So it's like I can understand the shit. And I've gone on the record on a lot of these shows and said, look, I don't even want to be around a lot of y'all. Y'all get on my fucking nerves too. Y'all ignorant, y'all smart, but you would prefer to be out here in the street. And like, I don't blame different ethnicities for feeling how they feel towards anybody that's committing crimes and this, that, and third. Like, what are we talking about here? So it was something I was going to say. I lost my train of thought too. She said something about moving. Yeah, I know you're going to move. Yeah, you done already did your work. You got what you needed out of it, and you about to do it.
I bet that what one of the things that you're saying was she probably posted this video so she can get more people to donate to her. I thought that was really funny, and that I bet that's true. I bet you that is a part of it. And then honestly, it's been proven the intoxicating effects of fame itself, like the comments that you get, the likes that you get, the feedback that you get, the conversations that you can read, like everything around getting eyes on you is very intoxicating. And it wouldn't be surprising if she was also kind of getting a hit off of her fame. Like, if that was just, she posted that video because, as controversial as you and I see it, and as we would be like, I would never be like that on the internet. For her, she has no problem with it because it's giving her a dopamine boost. Like, she's having fun. This is enjoyable, getting to watch all her haters in argue in her comments and stuff like that. Like, it's I don't want to go as far as saying that it's fabricated for attention, because I think she's just an opportunist. Like, she just happened to be the subject of this video and is just kind of running with it. Maybe in the same way that the Cash Me Outside girl kind of did, where she got lucky and being on Dr. Phil was kind of going to guarantee you that, but she used that to kind of jumpstart herself into fame. I wouldn't be surprised if it was something like that, which is why she threw out that obviously fake comment at the end where, oh, I hope I don't become internet famous one day and end up online. Like, girl, you're posting a TikTok to the internet to tell them about how you feel and tell them that you're moving and you're probably going to tell the world where you're moving. Like, if you really wanted to escape the world and you wanted to really disappear and live a quiet life, you would put the phone down and you'd be with your family and you wouldn't be on the internet and you wouldn't be posting and stuff. Like, people who truly want to disappear are not out there. and she's putting herself out there. So she very clearly doesn't care.
Smart. It's very strategic. Like, I was having a conversation with Desperado, my man's that was on with us the other week on Monday, and I'm trying to tell him, bro, this right here is not easy. Networking and trying to build naturally, organically with other people that are using the same infrastructure to build their own lane. And this is not what you think it is, brother. This shit is cutthroat. It really is. A lot of them partnerships that you were coming at me about, the falls out and all that stuff, you don't know what happens behind them closed doors. The marketing tactics, how people will use you to capitalize and then move forward, which is fine if you're doing it the right way. But people will use you to get the eye on them, and once they get the eye on them, you won't see them no more. They're off doing their own thing. And like, I'm not a hater. Salutes to anybody who moves up for whatever reason, because you got your own gifts that you got to put out there. But when you being real crooked and real shady and stuff like that, you got to roll with the punches. And I'm trying to explain to him, this is not what you think. If you ever was to do this, you're going to be in for a rude awakening, sir. Because everybody is not going to be your friend. They're going to act like they are just until they have gotten enough out of you. And with women like her, I already know the play. She plugged in at the end that there's a chance that she'll do an interview.
To me, people are like TV shows, where if I hear somebody, particularly if they're putting something up on the internet, because like conversation is one thing. Some people, like I have a lot of friends that have ADHD, and a lot of the times we can just get carried away and accidentally like we let something slip or we say something stupid just because we're just like blah, 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 like unraveling our whole brains out in front of you. But when people put stuff on the internet, that is as deliberate as it gets, because not only do you have to purposely take the time to get your device, set it up to record you, put it in front of you, make sure you're in the frame, make sure you're being heard, then you have to purposely record it, end it at a certain point, then you have to go back and listen to it, make sure you're okay with it. Sometimes you have to redo it and say it again, and then you have to, and sometimes you might have to edit it and change it and add to it and do all sorts of other stuff, and then you have to put it up on the internet and whatever. Whenever I hear people where they're like, oh, it was an accident, I didn't mean to post it. A video is as deliberate as it gets. Whatever somebody says in their video, I believe it. I believe it, and I'll pick up on those things that they say. It's not there on accident. If you hear something said in a video, in somebody's thing, it's just like a TV show where it's a hint at the future. It's foreshadowing. Like they always say that in TV shows or whatever, like, oh, I would never date that person, and lo and behold, by season 3 they're dating. Or they would be like, oh, I would never go outside, and then they get shot because they go outside. People are just like TV shows, where if they say it, it's probably going to happen because they're unconsciously hinting at what they know they're already moving towards doing. So the fact that she's saying, oh, it's not like I want to be famous or anything. I don't want to be on the internet or anything, but you know, in the future, it could happen. Like,
translation is going to take the right name and the right dollar amount to get me to do it. It's chess, not checkers.
I bet you if somebody called her up tomorrow and was like, hey, do you want to be on a show with us? She'd like that.
It's going to have to be somebody notable though. It's like somebody with a substantial amount of subscribers or a large following. She's not going to do it for no regular person. Why? Because she really wants the attention on her. Because you're gonna like, if I'm thinking about it, if this is me, I give you an example. Aaron the plumber. Aaron the plumber was a pop your balloon contestant. He was just going on there to find love. The ladies in the lineup roasted him, and he returned the favor to him. And what happened? The internet clipped, cropped, and ran with it because he clapped back at the women in the lineup. What did he do? He watched. He watched the comment section under the stream. He watched the clips. He watched how people were really like they were engaging. They were laughing at him, calling him Ninja Turtle, calling him ugly, calling him this. Negative feedback is still feedback, regardless of how you want to call it. You don't even have to like the person. You still paying attention to them and still putting money in their pocket. So he's like, oh, hold up. Wait a minute. Everybody is locked in on me because I clown her. The executives, they look at it. The podcasters look at it. Everybody sees, all right, the eyes are on his brother. He might be a one-trick pony. Let's see what he does with this 15 minutes. So he figured out a way to market himself. He made T-shirts. He started getting on other shows and doing interviews. He took his opportunity and went further with it. That's exactly what she's doing. But she's trying to act like, oh, I just happened to be there, and this black child took a toy or something from my kid. I was angry. I called him out his name. I meant what I said. She didn't really, even like you said, no empathy. She didn't really care whatsoever about none of it. We know, sir. We know, sir.
Like I've heard apology videos from people before that just like they had a bad day and blew up at somebody, and they're like, I'm so sorry. Like I just like they explained, oh yeah, I came back from work and my car was broken, blah blah whatever. And I just said those things and I should have never done it. I'm so sorry. Like I didn't nothing from her at all. Like I don't remember exactly if they put out an interview before of her talking about it, but I don't think I've ever seen anything from her apologizing, acknowledging what she did, or even like what I was saying. I said it at the beginning when we were first watching her video. Oh yeah, she's 100% downplaying this. The whole time, the whole video, she was making it seem like this wasn't any big deal. Like people shouldn't even be bothered by it. She doesn't understand why anyone's bothered by it. This is just a whole big thing that blew out of proportion that she has no part of and has no idea why it's even a big thing. And it's just like, I think that callous, emotionless disinterest is really, I think that really speaks to her true character and how she truly feels. Like you're 100% correct. She believes everything that she said, and she chose her words carefully. She picked those words for a reason, and she felt those words, which is why she chose them. I just still find it ridiculous that we have $700,000 of people willing to be like, oh yay, look at that, freedom of speech. Here's money. Like, oh God.
I want to segue real quick because speaking of like $700,000, which is ridiculous. this brother, DJ Academics, he had a situation at his residence, and yeah, I initially thought, oh, they were coming to get him for that stuff that he did and said to that 14-year-old boy, because nobody is talking about that no more. They just kind of swept that under the rug. But this is something else. Um, I don't even know how to explain this one, so I'm just gonna pull it up on the screen and I'm gonna run it, get your feedback on it, and that's pretty much that. But let me see. So what you're looking at right now is, I think that's his ring camera, and the officers, I believe they got called out to his residence because they heard shooting or something like that. I'm gonna play it though. He breaks it down, and I get your feedback on it afterwards. Let me see where we at. Where we at? Bada 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 bing bada boom. Bada bing bada boom.
Oh, Lee, man. Yo, check it out, man. Yo, today, interesting day. Number one, first of all y'all trolls, please just enjoy the stream. We having a good time, man. We the number one media entity in the world. Ain't nothing bigger than the chat. We got 30, 40,000 people watching. We the best at covering this Diddy trial. Don't worry, right? For the new people who coming in, man, please, man, stop doing the weird shit, man. Like, yo, I'm a black man in America, man. Don't be calling no goddamn SWAT. What happened today was my police department, they claimed they got a call from a woman who claimed to be my sister. I don't got a sister. Who claimed that somebody got shot at my crib. They hit me up. My phone was off. I'm streaming 8 hours a day. You know me. I'm on the grind. They pulled up about 30 cars. You know what I mean? They had to do what they had to do. Took me out. You know, put me in custody real quick and searched the crib. Obviously, nobody get shot at my crib. Yeah, obviously nobody get shot at the crib. They cleared the crib real quick. But I just want to tell y'all, man, for everybody who be swatting, like, I gotta remember, number one, man, I'm not like them other streamers. I'm like a black dude that live in a white neighborhood. So when y'all call the cops, they might already think something's going on. You know what I mean? When niggas got ARs pointed at you, you never know. The shit go wrong. Obviously, I always comply with the police, but I got dogs. I got, you never know who. Shit, imagine like I got family here who might not know what's going on. I don't want nobody to get hurt because of y'all like a little troll and shit. So please just enjoy the stream. We having a good time. Please stop with the weird shit. And other news, obviously I'm good. We're gonna be back tomorrow. Love the chat. I did run it up on Kick, on Stake. It's like God. It's like God was like, I know they try to play with you today. We ran up a little 30 bands. So you know what I mean? Big W to the chat. Ran up a little 30 bands. Yo, salute to Kick, salute to Stake. They always hold me down. Y'all gotta go make sure you make an account. Fuck with me on Kick. Also, lastly, man, really, this is for like my police department. I just want to thank them. I know they be watching me. They keep in they know what's going on with me. I want to thank them for handling this like professionals. I know they were put in a tough position today because some trolls probably said some shit. They gotta respond. I take no personal feelings of it. They have always treated me with the utmost class. They always hold me down. They were super quick, super professional. They handle everything, right. Salute to the captain who came out. I got to shake his hand. Again, everybody know I'm just, I love the cops, number one. I'm about to donate to them this end of this year. You know what I mean? They hold me down. I ain't gonna lie. I don't know about y'all niggas. I don't got no problem with my police department. They're very fair people and they work very hard. But I only say that to say, please, if you fuck with me or you fuck with the chat or you watch the stream, it's not funny. Please don't do the SWAT and shit. Not with me, bro. Like, just go pick another streamer. Another streamer could do it.
You guys know me a lot, man. Y'all really come out here and do this? Like you guys, we tried. We have people inside trying. We're here. We got people behind the scenes. Okay.
And that was that. I never heard of swatting before. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Really?
I didn't.
I've heard of it. I didn't know how widespread it was. I think I probably heard of it the first time either in college or something like that. But I didn't know people were still doing it. Yeah. I don't really know exactly how common this is. I know I looked into Young Scooter during the video just to see what was up with that. Apparently the woman that made that fake 911 call has been arrested since, or at least been charged, because her, like, for anybody that doesn't know, it is against the law to make a fake 911 call report, and it is also illegal to call 911 for purposes other than to get help. So don't do that. Don't use 911 services for those purposes. It's not something you want to use for stupid purposes. It could actually get somebody killed. So just wanted to preface that. But apparently he died because he jumped a fence when he was running away, and he hurt himself when he was running away. So at least it wasn't like he got, I mean, not saying it's any better, but at least it wasn't like the police officers that did it, I guess. But yeah, I don't understand the appeal of that. I used to love, I enjoy pranks, but I don't understand how that would be fun. Because one, unless you're there, it's not like you get to see it. And then also it's like it involves so many different dangerous elements to it. Like I would, if I did something like that, I would be more freaked out by the fact that I could put myself in jail, and that now people with guns are going to the house of the person that I just tried to, like, I don't know. I just don't understand the appeal of trying to prank somebody that way unless you don't like them. But yeah.
Now that I know, it just sounds like prank phone calls. I never heard the phrase before, but I am familiar with the prank phone calls. I remember like 2 weeks ago, I was talking about the young girl. I think she was like 13 or 12, and she lied and said that she was in the back of a white van and somebody kidnapped her. And they sent out like 12 officers to find her, and they really discovered that she was at home the whole time, and it was a TikTok prank. Ultimately, they arrested her. The father was like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to deal with this. I don't want to hear all that crying." And nah, I don't joke around with stuff like that. I get the trolling. There are other ways to do it though. I mean, even trolling is tasteless as far as I'm concerned. But you could have easily got that man shot or hurt doing that.
This is actually pretty common. The article that I sent you was all like political people, but then also Nicki Minaj, Chris Brown, Rihanna, Lil Wayne, Justin Bieber, Miley Cyrus, Aiden Ross. All of these people have been. I'm like, it seems to me that it's something that like normal people do to celebrities as if it's funny. Like, I mean, again, I don't understand the appeal, but it doesn't seem like it's something that a teenage girl is going to do to her friend unless they don't like each other.
Right. Jealousy will make you do a lot of stuff. Hopefully that lady learned her lesson. I don't know what the motivation behind it was for, but when the police arrive at his door, it should be because of the other story. It shouldn't be about no crap like this. I don't see no reason for it at all. So I mean, yeah, nobody was hurt, and I learned something new with that phrase. But I'm too old to be doing stuff like that. Like if you're over the age of 18 years old and you still out here doing that, you need to grow up. You got too much time on your hands too. Outside of that, I think that's pretty much everything. $700,000 is ridiculous. If y'all got that much money to give out, there are real GoFundMe's and real charities that you could actually contribute to that would benefit a lot more from that than this young lady. I predict we will hear from her again before this year's out. I don't know what it's going to be for, but it's going to be for something. It ain't going to be positive. That's what a lot of us have built our success off of. My final thoughts, and I'll turn it over to you if you got anything you want to say. Don't limit anybody's opinions. Don't put a cap on how a person is supposed to address their dissatisfaction in the poor quality within their communities or in their town. Don't put a cap on who they supposed to direct their anger to or their frustrations towards. Because what you're doing is you're putting everybody in their own little section and you're telling them to stay there. I'll worry about this over here. But at the same time, you're not doing anything. Nothing changes. And it just keeps on. You just watch the numbers dwindle off over time. So I don't support what she did. I don't support how she got what she got. But I can also understand why people would be frustrated. That's all I'm going to say on that. I yield the mic.
In regards to the Karen, I guess not at her, but more at the people that might choose to support her or people like her. I just think that we should look at ourselves more when we, across the board, of where we put our money, who we're supporting, who we decide that we want to hear, to have around us. Because when you pay for something, whether it's a product or an idea, you're basically using your dollar to make sure that it continues to exist. And we're kind of at a point right now that we have to really start scrutinizing what exactly we're allowing to continue persisting in our society, because there's very clearly something wrong with everything right now. Like, we are seeing dysfunction on a scale that is eventually going to be affecting every single one of us. We are going to start feeling the impacts of this cultural trajectory that we are on. And to me, these types of stories are really an indication of this trajectory. It's a living example of this change that is happening right now, because the fact that somebody who, if this had happened 20 years ago, the statement that she made wouldn't have even been able to make the news. Like, the thing that she said would have been blocked from even being repeated, because it would have been seen as so egregious. I remember, my dad and my parents used to watch Fox News 25 years ago, back in like the early 90s. Even they would not even they wouldn't support that type of behavior and language. But the fact that we're seeing rallying support around people that are displaying this type of behavior outwardly, again, as I said earlier, towards children, is really speaking to the level of decay we've reached as a culture, as a society, that we are willing to take arms for a woman that we don't know, instead of trying to protect a child that really has no stake in it. I'm pretty sure he was also autistic or something. Like, he also had a developmental thing too. Like, they're willing to stand by somebody who's clearly mentally competent over a child that can't stand up for themselves. And you're funding a voice of anger and hatred and, frankly, evil. I think it really should signal something deeper to people, and should be an indication that we really, really have to start openly, in a beneficial manner, fight back against behavior like this. Because I think this is the slippery slope that takes us from freedom of speech to open oppression. Because there's a difference between being allowed to say the things that you think and being able to use your words to actively degrade an entire community. And we're starting to see that. And so I think it's important that we continue to highlight the individuals that say these things, and we can never leave out the people that support these things, because the supporters are very much as a part of this as the person that perpetrates it from the beginning. Because sometimes even the perpetrator doesn't start off thinking that this is going to turn into a movement, but it's the followers that end up turning it into that movement. So I'm glad that we're still able to have a platform to talk about stuff like this, because having a conversation generally to examine their motives and how they could have responded better and how other people feel about it and the different angles is something that we need, especially in this time where information is getting messed up and messed with. I will never condone, I would never want to be friends with somebody that says things like this. But I think it is still a good symbol to the people that do not support that behavior, do not support that language, and would never in a million years say that to anybody, let alone a child. It's an indication that we need to start being more active allies for the people around us, because there are very, very clearly still people out there that want to hurt us and be hypocritical and call us things, treat us badly, demonize everyone while running away and crying, saying that words hurt. So we still need to be there for each other because this is not over yet.
To protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf. And it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. You understand?
All facts, all facts. I want to say thank you, Sydney, for tapping in with us tonight, as per usual. To the people that are watching, thank you for hanging out with us. Tomorrow, we got a double. King's Morning Table at 11. And the late night tip at 8. Tap in. I'm going back into the laboratory. There's more to cover, more to talk about. I'll see you next week, Lord willing. And to the rest of you, enjoy the rest of your evening. I catch y'all on the flip.
My new catchphrase has to be like, if a plane doesn't land on my house, I'll see you next week.
My thoughts and prayers go out to the people that lost their life in that crash too.
Absolutely.
Okay. Well, we out, man. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'll see you guys on the flip side.